Prices are rising like crazy. Can we still afford to stock our prepper pantry? Hey guys, it's Jara with Wicked Prepared. Welcome back to our channel. If you're a subscriber, thank you. We appreciate you so much. And if you're not, we would love to have you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I've got another prepper pantry haul for you today. And I think the theme of today's haul is going to be get it before the price goes up. It is getting crazy out there. I know I've been talking about price increases for what seems like forever, but it doesn't make it any less painful to go to the grocery store, that's for sure. I saw an interesting thread on one of my Facebook groups the other day, and people were talking about what they were paying for a gallon of milk. So, question of the day, let me know down in the comments where you're watching from and what you're paying for a gallon of milk where you live. I know here in Maine, I was getting a gallon of whole milk for just under $4, and then it's recently gone up several times. And the last time I needed to buy milk, it was $4.27 for a gallon of whole milk. So I actually decided I would get 2% instead because I could get that for $3.99, $3.98, right around what I've been paying for the whole milk previously. And the bad news is it does not look like those prices are going to stop rising. I mean, we've got so much going on. I know right now fertilizer is in short supply and it is much more expensive right now. Farmers are paying a lot more for fertilizer. They're paying more for seeds. They're paying more for just about everything that they need to produce the food that we eat. So that's going to have to come down the pipeline. That cost increase is going to have to come to the consumer. But there's a lot of craziness going on in the world right now, around the world, outside of our borders. You probably know what I'm talking about. This is definitely not the time to cut back on your preps, stop prepping. This is definitely the time that you want to make sure that your preps are fully stocked and you are ready for anything that may be coming. So let's take a look and see what we added to our prepper pantry this week. What I got good deals on, what I got for free, what areas I had to pay more. I'm telling you, everything that I see with a higher price, I'm kicking myself for not buying more. And when I see the things that we use that haven't gone up in price, I'm grabbing as much as I can now because I know that price is going up. Here's just an overview of what we have added this week. I'm going to start with the things on this side of the table, which is most of my non-food items and my items that I ordered online. So this is my Thrive Life order for the month. This is their tomato sauce, which is basically their spaghetti sauce. It's a powder. And I was racking my brain trying to do the math, and what I figured out is that one of these pantry cans, once reconstituted, contains as much sauce as at least 4 to 5 of these regular sized spaghetti sauce jars. So it's a real great space saver for the pantry, but it's also a lot easier to store these cans than it is to store a glass or plastic jar of spaghetti sauce. Because I can put these in one of those shoe racks that hangs on the back of a door. I can put these in any of my can rotating racks. And you could also just get a case of them and leave them right in the cardboard box and store them on a shelf. I think the next time they go on sale, I'll probably be buying a case. So, and I also love this because being a powder, it's a great addition to my meals in a jar. So next here was Chef's Choice Seasoning, all-purpose seasoning blend. We like this. We use it quite a bit. And so I just wanted to make sure we have plenty on hand. I also tend to use things like seasonings and these Snackies pouches, the lower priced items. I'll use them if I'm almost up to free shipping at $99, but I just need to bump my total up a little bit to avoid paying shipping. I'll throw in little things like this that we need. And we go through tons of these Snackies. The kids love them. These are the coconut bites, which is one of my daughter's favorites, and I love them too. And then the other 3 items that we got were all proteins. This is the grilled chicken dices, which is kind of a brand new item. They've had grilled chicken for quite a long time, but they've had it in slices, and they just decided to start making it into diced pieces. I've got a brand new meal in a jar recipe using these grilled chicken dices that I'm going to be doing here pretty soon. In fact, I don't know which video is going to make it out first, to be perfectly honest. So the other couple items that I got from Thrive Life this month were scrambled eggs, which are on sale for the month of January, and shredded cheddar. Now, honestly, if I had to choose one thing, one type of freeze-dried food to put my money into, it would be the proteins. And that's because there's really no substitute for these kind of things. You can get canned meats, but the texture just isn't the same. And that's really what brings a lot of people to freeze-dried food, is things like beef and chicken. And now scrambled eggs, these are real eggs, and they scramble up just like real eggs. They work in recipes just like real eggs. These are absolutely one of our favorite items. This is probably the thing that we have stockpiled the most of because we love them so much. And how else are you going to get eggs in a shelf-stable form? And then shredded cheese, there's really no other way to get shelf-stable shredded cheese. And these are things that we love and we use a lot of. So this is definitely my first priority in stocking up on freeze-dried food is proteins. So guys, I know I said I was going to be placing another Thrive Life order this month. And as soon as I got done filming this, I went and checked my email, and I have an email from them that's starting on Monday, the 14th, Valentine's Day, running through the 17th. They're having a flash sale. Now it's a sale on 6 customer favorite items, 6 specific items, and it's basically you use the coupon code LOVE and it'll take an extra 10% off because you already get 15% off when you place your order through the delivery service. So it'll give you an extra 10% off on top of that. For a delivery order, you'll get 25% off. And then for a regular one-time order, you'll get the 10% off. Now, the most exciting part of this for me is that one of these 6 items included in the flash sale is spinach. And spinach is already one of the February monthly sale items. And so you're going to get the extra 10% off on top of the sale price when you put this in a delivery order. So basically, if you put your spinach in a delivery order, it's already 20% off for the month of February. So it's going to give you an extra 10% off on top of that, and it will be 30% off. I may actually order a case because this spinach is really good. Mr. Wicked Prepared does not like it when I put fresh spinach in foods. I made a Tuscan chicken that had some fresh spinach in it, and he kindly requested that I never add the spinach again to any food. But I just made my chicken Florentine rice bake the other night, and he said that he loved it. It was delicious, and it was his favorite meal in a jar that I've done yet. So the Thrive Life freeze-dried spinach is really good, and it's a really great way also to sneak nutrition into foods if you're trying to get your kids to eat a little bit more veggies, or even if you're trying to get your husbands to eat a little bit more veggies. Sneaking some chopped spinach into some spaghetti sauce or any pasta dish, any casserole. I've put it in meatloaf. Little bitty pieces they don't tend to notice. It looks like a seasoning, and then you're getting some extra nutrition in them. You can even powder it if you want it to be a little bit more invisible. So if you're interested in checking out the flash sale, that's going to be starting Monday the 14th. I'll put a link down in the description box so you can check that out. And behind that, I've got just a couple more jugs, these really big jugs of Final Touch fabric softener from Walmart. When I'm trying to add to my stock of anything, I have kind of a use one, buy two policy. So I used up one of these big jugs and grabbed 2 more to take its place. Now the next thing I've got here are some books. Now you know how I feel about books and information. I think one of the most important things that you can prep is written information and resources that you can go to if you are not able to access the information network that we're so used to accessing, Google and Pinterest and all that for our answers. So I was just browsing books, and these were all on sale, and then they also had a 3 for the price of 2 deal going on. Basically buy 2 get 1 free. And these first 3 books were all included. So I grabbed this Herbal Antibiotics and Herbal Antivirals. And I've heard really great things about these books and this particular author, Stephen Buhner. So I grabbed a couple of these, and these are things that I'm going to not just put away. I'm going to be delving into these and trying to learn everything I can from these right now, because I think that's really important to know non-drug alternatives that you can use. And then this one was another one part of the buy 2 get 1 free, and it was a really good price. This got really good reviews. We do have ducks and chickens. Really strongly considering getting some meat rabbits. We do not process our own animals as of right now. That's not something that we really want to do, but it's definitely something that we want to be able to do and be equipped to do if the time came that we had to do it. So this is going to be a really good resource to have on our bookshelf. And then the final book, this was not included in the buy 2 get 1 free, but this is a great book that I've been wanting for a while, and it was marked down a little bit, so I grabbed it. This is going to be such an important book to have. We have the other book that these people wrote. This was the Survival Medicine Handbook. We've had this for a while, and this is absolutely a must-have. This should be probably one of the first books that you add to your prepper bookshelf. And this is another book by the same author. It's a doctor and his wife, and this is all about, if you're unable to get antibiotics from the doctor. This could be some of the most important life-saving information you could have. We actually have a video coming out really soon that's going to deal with this topic, so keep an eye out for that and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss it. But this is a great book that I wanted to have as a resource to get started. Next, I grabbed one of these Zippo refillable, reusable hand warmers. You know I'm a big fan of the disposable one-time use hand warmers and foot warmers and all that. We use quite a few of those. But I'm going to try to start augmenting our collection with some of these that can be refilled with fuel and reused, and they last a lot longer. So I grabbed one of these to give it a try. And then the next thing I got was a Coffee Gator French press. Now I'm going to take this out of the box so I can show you. All right, so here it is. Now a French press is a way to make coffee that you just need boiling water and coffee. You don't need electricity, and a lot of people prefer to use a French press, even just at home in their everyday use, because they make really good coffee. Now, if you see people using one at home, a lot of them are glass and, you know, really pretty looking. I chose this one because it has like a thermal insulated carafe so that it'll also keep your coffee hot for a few hours. So I thought that was really important, and it would be less breakable. We do have a couple of Coleman camp coffee makers that we use when we go camping, and we could certainly use those in an emergency. One runs directly off propane and one sits on the burner of your camp stove. But I did want to have a little bit more of a flexible option that wasn't reliant on propane fuel. And I'm going to be doing a whole video on coffee here coming up pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that as well. And then I did find a few personal care items on clearance, which was always a good find. These are 4 clinical strength women's deodorants that were marked down to $2, so I thought that was a good buy. I was getting ready to need to restock those anyways. A couple of body washes, a men's Axe for $2.50. This Safeguard for $1.19 was definitely the better deal, but they only had one of each of those. Now these were not on clearance, but these Suave are super cheap, and I really like having the clarifying shampoo. I mean, we do use it in everyday use. It's really good to strip away like all the extra oils and grease and grime and all that stuff from your hair if you haven't been able to wash it when you should have. And so this would be a really great thing to have on hand in an emergency situation where you may not be able to wash your hair quite as often. So I got a couple more of these. And then 1 bottle of all detergent. This is just a small bottle. This was just an Ibotta rebate. It happened to be the best deal at the time, so I just grabbed one of these to add to our stash. And then another big pack of these. It's a 5-pack of the flushable wipes. This is what I always get because it's the cheapest per pack and per wipe. And so I try to keep a pretty good stockpile of that going. And then 4 more boxes of tissues and a box of sandwich baggies. You know, I stocked up in my last haul on quite a few boxes of tissues, and I think these were just a few. These were shipped to my house, and they got lost somewhere along the way and didn't make it in time for the last haul. They didn't show up with the rest of the tissues. So I should be all set on tissues for quite a while. And then the sandwich bags, I actually need quite a bit of paper products to add to my supply, but I'm having to reevaluate where I purchase everything because of how much the prices have changed and gone up. I'm reevaluating where everything is cheapest for me, and right now several things are going to be cheaper for me to get at BJ's. So I've got to make a trip up there. Now these are my freebies. All these core bars, chocolate chip cookies, this dip, and actually back here, this 6-pack of sparkling waters. Now these are not prepper pantry items because these are all refrigerated items, but anytime you can get something for free, you can take the money you would have spent on that and apply it towards something else for your prepper pantry. We can use these for snacks and even some quick breakfasts on the go, drinks, and then we can take the savings and apply that somewhere else. So check those apps, people. And if you're not already using all the rebate apps that give you freebies like Ibotta, Fetch, Swagbucks, Shopkick, all of those, I'll have links down in the description box for anybody who wants to check it out. So now I've got some pantry items. I got 6 of these Jiffy Buttermilk Biscuit Mix. This is a Just Add Water mix. Now if you remember in my haul about a week or 2 weeks ago, I got the Bisquick version of a Just Add Water biscuit mix, and I'm going to try this one as well. I like the Just Add Water concept for prepping because you don't have to have milk and things like that. I do want to come up with my own homemade Just Add Water biscuit mix, but I haven't gotten around to trying that out yet. So I got 6 of these, and then I got 2 of these Martha White Strawberry cheesecake muffin mixes. We get these sometimes. The kids like them. You can do other things with them, like make pancakes. These sounded really good, and I've never tried them before. So I only got 2. I had picked up 4, and I put a couple back just in case we don't like them. I like to try things before we go all in and buy a bunch. And these were something, I don't know if I'd seen these before or not, but these Betty Crocker instant potatoes, these are sweet potatoes. So I thought that was interesting. We do keep a lot of the instant mashed potatoes on hand, and I've never tried the sweet potato that I can remember. So I wanted to give a couple of those a try, see if that's something that I want to stock also. And then these Knorr side dishes, pasta side dishes, I get these a lot. This was an Ibotta deal. They had, I don't remember if it was 75 cents back on 3 or something like that, but I do buy those regular price pretty frequently, so I figured I would grab a few of these. This is a creamy pesto flavor. A lot of those emergency meal kits that you can spend a lot of money on, a lot of them, if you really look into it, they're just a lot of things like this inside, and it's really not worth the money. So buy things like this yourself and put them away for long term, and spend your money on those emergency food companies that actually give you real food and not just a bunch of fillers. Next, I grabbed 4 of the chicken stuffing mix. This is one item that actually seemed to be getting cheaper where everything else is going up in price. Maybe I'm not remembering, but I thought they used to be close to $1, and these were, I believe, 82 cents at my store. So I got 4 of those. We have a lot of stuffing mix, but we also like it a lot. It's a quick, easy side dish that all the kids like. I also use it in certain meatball and meatloaf type of recipes. I've crushed it up and used it on top of a casserole, things like that. So I like to have plenty of that on hand. So I grabbed 4 of those. Then I grabbed 1 box of these golden raisins. I use the golden raisins actually more than I use the brown raisins. We have a ton of brown raisins and not as many golden raisins, and I use these more frequently. I put these in broccoli salad is a big one, and I just used a bunch of these in the mango chutney that I made to go with my shrimp curry. So if you check that video out, you'll see how I did that. But so I thought I haven't always seen the Great Value brand of golden raisins at our store, so I figured I'd pick one up when I saw this. It actually wasn't much cheaper than the Sun-Maid brand, but it was a little cheaper. So, and then I got 4 of these au gratin potato mixes. I have a couple of recipes that use these, like quick, easy dinner recipes, and I figured I would add a few more because I did just use 2 boxes of this in one of those recipes. So I got 4 more. And then, like I said, this bubbly sparkling water, whatever this is, this was a freebie on Ibotta. So I grabbed it because, you know, you can never have enough drinks. My sister likes sparkling water, so she'll probably end up drinking this. But it was free, so I took it. I got 4 of these Pringles type of chips. This is something that has gone up a lot in price, especially the actual Pringles brand and the Lay's Stacks brand. They've gotten ridiculously expensive. Even with a rebate, they're very expensive still. These have gone up in price, but not ridiculously. And we do like to keep quite a few of these on hand. These actually are good for about a year. I checked the expiration date when I picked these up. They're good for about a year, so it's a good snack that I like to keep on hand. The kids like those. I did grab another 20-pound bag of rice. Rice is really just a great thing to have on hand. It has a really long shelf life, especially the white rice. It's very inexpensive to purchase. It's a great meal stretcher, so I like to have a lot of rice on hand. And you know, lately I've just been thinking about some of the things that we've been hearing so much, things like China stockpiling so much of the world's grain. They have about 60% of the world's rice in China for only about 18.5% of the world's population. So it really makes you think. And, you know, I just want to make sure that there's going to be some rice left for my family. So we grabbed 20 pounds of this that we'll put up in Mylar and oxygen absorbers. I got 3 more of these corn meals. These are only $1.38, I believe, at Walmart. So I really think this is a great deal. And I've used this cornmeal and I like this cornmeal. So I grabbed 3 more of those. Honestly, anything that I see that we use that hasn't gone up in price, I'm trying to grab because I know it's going to be going up. And corn is another one that is in short supply, and it's being stockpiled by China and other places, and the prices are just going to be going up on that, I'm sure. So I also got back there one of the big jugs, the gallon-sized jugs of canola oil, because I've been using a lot of that lately. I wanted to make sure that we have plenty in the pantry. These are just a couple of cans of dog food. I picked up random cans. I did notice our Walmart has been really, really short on canned pet food, obviously, and even the regular grocery store. I went into Tractor Supply, and they were the same way. There was almost no canned food, except for these more expensive specialty foods. These seem to be in stock, and I just grabbed a couple of these because we had one of our dogs get sick a little while ago, and she had a stomach bug, and we ended up taking her to the vet because she's a small dog and she was sick longer than we were comfortable with. So, and they prescribed her a sensitive stomach food to get her through with chicken and rice. And so it got me thinking that that would be a good item to add into our pet first aid kit, some sensitive stomach pet foods to have for if the dogs or cats get, have a little bit of tummy upset. It would just be a good thing to have on hand. So I did get a couple of those. Then these corns were another clearance find. I have quite a bit of corn already, but getting these for 38 cents a can, I thought was a good deal. So I grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, it looks like, and I'll just add them. They're marked down because they're dented, and so I will not be putting those at the back of the rotation. I'll probably use those up right away, which is what I do with dented cans, but it still saves me money in the long run. And then I did get 6 evaporated milks. That's a good thing to have on hand. In a pinch, you can dilute it and use it for milk. You can use it in, soups, creamy soups, baking, things like that. I did get quite a few baked beans. Some of us like baked beans, some of us not so much, but I got 6 of the smaller cans, and then I got 4 of the larger cans, because that just depends on how many people I'm serving. So I got all those baked beans. I did get 1 random can of clam chowder back there. That's because I wanted to try the Great Value clam chowder. I will tell you in just a minute when I talk about something over here what I've been doing with the clam chowder. And I just wanted to try the Great Value and see how good it is, because it was cheaper than the other brands. And then we're on to some proteins. I did get 2 of these Bristol canned hams, because these are another one that have not gone up in price. And so I figured I'd grab a couple while the price was still low, because I'm sure it will be going up. Now I did get 10 of these geisha whole baby clams. I love these. I'm probably the only person in my family who eats these. But what I've been doing lately with them is I had a couple random cans of clam chowder, like that one back there. I had a Progresso, and the other one was some kind of a Campbell's, I think. They were just hanging around, so I just took a can of clam chowder and a whole can of these baby clams, and I dumped it right in the clam chowder with the liquid and all, and it was still plenty thick enough for me. It stretched the soup out, and I liked it with a lot more clams because I really like clams, so that's what I did a couple days last week. So I thought, well, these are still the cheapest clams, whole baby clams that I can find. They have not gone up in price, and the app, I was doing some of my shopping through the app at Walmart, and they told me that these were out of stock, but I always go check when I'm in the store because sometimes they're wrong, and they were wrong. They had a whole shelf full of them, so I grabbed 10 of those, only because that's all I could reach. They were on the very top shelf. I would have gotten a dozen if I could have reached some more. I got 4 of these diced ham. This is just the regular size, like regular tuna can size. These were $1.24 at my Walmart, which makes them basically 1 cent cheaper now than buying that same size of can at Dollar Tree, which I've never seen the ham at Dollar Tree, but they do have a chicken in that size of can, which is still now, I believe, 98 cents at my Walmart. So like I said, with all the price changes we've experienced lately, we really need to reevaluate where we're purchasing different things, because some things are a good deal at one place and not at another. I did grab 4 cans of this potted meat. This is the only thing here that was from Save-A-Lot. I know I like this. My kids looked at me strange when I said potted meat, so we'll see who else likes it. I just thought it would be a good little individual size snack to have around, and it could also probably be thrown into a bug out bag or something like that. I saw this at our Walmart, and I had never seen this there before, never noticed it. Giant calamari in a can. I just grabbed 1 can of these. I like having some variety, and I thought those would be good maybe in like a paella or some kind of rice seafood dish that I might throw together with my freeze-dried shrimp. So I thought I would try those. And then behind that, I have just some other canned goods. The bottom down there is the light red kidney beans, and then I got a case of the dark red kidney beans and a case of tomato sauce, the regular size can of tomato sauce. I think it's 15 ounces. I did stock up on all my tomato products a while back, but I think I got like a case of each or 2 cases of each, but what I realized is that I have several recipes that use tomato sauce and then some other ingredient, some other tomato ingredient. So I really use the tomato sauce, I think at a faster rate than I use all my other tomato products. So I thought I should grab an extra case of those to keep up. You can tell I've made chili recently. That's why I realized I needed to restock on some of those items. Chili is a really great item that you can make basically from all pantry items. As long as you have a can of canned ground beef or some freeze-dried ground beef, or just make a vegetarian chili or a quinoa chili or something like that. You can make it really with all shelf-stable pantry ingredients. And if you throw it over some rice, you can stretch it out and make it fill more bellies. So that's a great thing. I also have 2 extra cans of black beans, just 2 random cans of black beans. That was just replacing some that I used. And then the final thing that I did grab was these 2 big bags of this Bella dog food. This is what we feed a couple of our smaller dogs, and this should last quite a while for them. So with as hard as it's been to find pet foods lately, I'm really, really trying to get ahead on that because we do have a lot of pets and we need to be able to feed them. And I do have a video coming up on making homemade canned cat food. So those of you who have been waiting for that, I will have that out pretty quickly. Well, thank you for watching tonight, guys. We truly appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos that we have coming up. I'm Jara with Wicked Prepared. Survive today, thrive tomorrow. We'll see you next time.